Hey you guys, it's Kenya Denise here, your favorite esthetician. So I am really trying to work on being more consistent on my social media. I have a love-hate with social media, y'all. I prefer not to be on it at all, to be very, very frank and honest. But I believe that Instagram is definitely a beneficial tool and just connecting as well as business and for just other reasons. So it's definitely not a bad thing. It's just a love-hate thing with social media. But I am working on just being more consistent on my Instagram for my business and possibly my personal page. And so I want to start creating videos moving forward, just creating a space of transparency and just being open and honest about different beauty standards, and kind of challenging those beauty standards, as well as just like my own journey, and things that I've had to deal with, just growing up, and kind of just how I got here. So I feel like every video would, just like moving forward, like this is not going to be a super long video, but I think that every video will just be sharing a piece of, a part of me and just a part of this journey here as an esthetician and being a business owner. Because look, it has been a journey, and I'm so grateful to God that He has opened the door. And so this has definitely just not been an easy place to get to. And so I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for every single client. Like, I don't post, every single time I'm working, but y'all, I'm working. And so I'm so thankful for every single client that I have. Like, I'm so appreciative of every single person that has come in and gotten a facial from me. You have no idea just how much of a blessing and how much encouragement and motivation it gives me. And I'm just so thankful that you trust me with your skin. I'm thankful that you have allowed me to come along your skin journey. So please, 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 like, I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. But yeah, so let's just get into it. So I think today I will just start off by just kind of just like chatting about just like my own journey with my own kind of like struggles and, as far as just in the beauty industry. So yeah, and I think that as we kind of just go along the weeks, I'll just have different things to talk about. But yeah, so let's get to it. So I feel like the biggest thing, so I've not necessarily dealt with struggles with my skin as far as like acne and like major breakouts. And I don't say that to like brag at all. Like, I think it's a blessing because I do understand the struggle with like constant like acne breakouts. I've never had to really deal with acne to a full extent where it's been like a debilitating super like struggle. Like, I just haven't. And so I'm grateful that I do have clients that I can help with their skin who are struggling with acne, and just different, skin conditions and just concerns. But and people don't think I break out. I do break out. I've had major breakouts on my forehead before I got into esthetician school, where I didn't really learn too much about skin. I didn't know much about skin as I thought I did. And so going to school, I really learned a lot. And so I was able to get better handle on how to just take care of my skin for me. So, everybody's skin journey and just what they need to do for their skin is always going to be different. You never should compare your journey to anybody else's. It's yours. And so, yeah. So, but if anything, I feel like I've struggled a lot. I struggled a lot growing up with my skin color, and people that know me know I have talked about this, and it's such a passionate topic for me to talk about because colorism is such a prevalent issue in today's society. I can say that I know, like, when I mean like I'm really passionate about this. Like, I've watched so many videos about different countries who've struggled with their who've dealt with colorism. And so, like, you have the Asian community that deals with colorism, the Latino community, the Black community, the African community. And so, like, African descent, I mean, as far as like black, I mean, black, like United States black, or even just, and then also in the Caribbean, I'm sorry, in the Caribbean. And so, just my own challenges. I really struggled with just being a dark-skinned black girl. And so just growing up like that definitely was a big struggle for me, and just thinking of myself as beautiful because of my skin complexion. You know, people definitely make comments. Yeah, people compliment to me and call me beautiful, but you know, we always hang on to like the bad comments. And so the first time somebody told me, you know, I was pretty for a dark-skinned girl was in middle school. And I thought it was a compliment until my mom was like, no, ma'am, that was not a compliment, Kenya. That was not nice. And so that was really hard for me. I'm like, okay, this was my first like real interaction with like what it means to be dark skinned and what it means to be light skinned. And so, you know, I grew up having, you know, friends who were lighter. We would go out, guys would give them more attention. And so I just think that this is a really passionate area for me, because you see people bleaching, which I used to want to bleach my skin like so bad. Like I used to want to bleach so bad. Like I used to actually go to the beauty supply store, because they do sell them products there. I used to go to the beauty supply store and I used to just look at the bleaching stuff. I used to just look at all the bleaching creams and everything, the soaps. But it was like, I also watched videos on what the damage to, what kind of damage to your skin bleaching can do. And so I definitely was always just worried about it, because I'm like, oh my God, like I don't want to like cause too much harm to myself. But I really like, so what really like brought me here and to this place that I am now, I think I'll share different details just like as we kind of go along, because it's gonna be a long video. I ain't got time. I don't want this to be a super long video, y'all. So it's definitely gonna be a consistent thing. I gotta stay consistent. But anyway, I had to really come so honest, to be very frank and very straight and forward. I had to really come to a place of understanding that my beauty does not come from what people say. It doesn't come from what the world says. It literally came when I gave my life to Christ. And God, who created me and you, told me who I am. And that is how I got my business name, Unfading Beauty, because 1 Peter 3:3-4 was the scripture that God literally was just speaking to me about, as far as just my identity and what I wrapped my identity into. Now, this wasn't just like okay, you know, you come into a relationship with God and now you're just like on top of the world, like confident. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And so, yeah, absolutely not. It's definitely been a journey over the past few years, since 2017, when I gave my life to the Lord. And so, 1 Peter 3:3-4 is, do not concern yourself with the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, gold jewelry, and expensive clothing, but instead clothe yourself with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit that is so precious to God. And I really love that scripture, okay? Like, I love it because I think it helps us to just come back to reality and just realizing that, like, all these things, like all we do outwardly, it is going to fade. Like, beauty is really vain. And if we put our hope in how we look outwardly, we are going to literally, like, we're going to die trying to earn the approval of people when you've already been approved by God. When God has already, like, said, I love you, I've accepted you, I've approved of you because I created you. And so we're trying to fight to, like, you know, gain the approval from people, because my struggle was like, I never felt like I was beautiful enough for men. I always felt like I was only good enough for what I could offer them physically. And so, yeah, God really like, you're mine, you're mine. And we're not about to keep going down this path. And so it definitely was like an awakening process for me to kind of come to this place of like understanding that, okay, God, like, I am created in your image. Like, you created me for a purpose. You created me beautifully and wonderfully. Like, you didn't make a mistake when you made me. And so I just want to just encourage you today that if you are struggling with how you look on the outside, whatever you're dealing with as far as, any skin concerns, whatever you're dealing with your body, like, even our bodies, like wanting to be this perfect body type, like, I just want to encourage you that you are beautiful. And don't let no man, don't let a woman, don't let nobody tell you what the standard of beauty is. Because we all are uniquely made. We all are created the way God intended us to be created. And so we have to own that. We have to be confident in that. We have to accept how God has made us, because we cannot, we can do as much surgery as we want to do to try to change it. We can do as much bleaching, but you still got to look at yourself face to face in the mirror. And you still got to say, like, I love how God has made me. I love how God has made me. And when I tell y'all, that's a daily process sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not always going to feel beautiful, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. But you just have to come back to reminding yourself that you are beautiful. Today was a hard day with my body, but I'm still beautiful. Can't body shame ourselves. We can't face shame ourselves, because we can do that. Just really focus on like what's going on. And I understand. Please believe me, I understand. But we have to remind ourselves that we are still beautiful. And God made no mistake. And we can do the best that we can to take care of ourselves physically. And we can't beat ourselves up trying to look like the next person, trying to look like, this false image of beauty. Like, who created this stuff? Who has made these standards? You know what I mean? So that's really all for today. That's my video for today, y'all. Like, I'm really going to try to stay consistent with this. Like, I really, really am. No, I am, because my friends keep me accountable. So I got to stay consistent. But anyway, yes. So this was all. Today is Wednesday. So this is I don't remember what we called this day. Transparent Wednesday? I don't remember. But anyway, that's all, you guys. Stay beautiful. Stay blessed. You are loved, period. And don't let anybody tell you different. All right. Bye, you guys.